Okay, this is another video. It's to actually understand what the purpose of variables are, how to create simple string variables, a little bit of guidance on naming them, and how to display string variables to the screen. So to start with, information has to be stored in the computer's memory, and it's a bit like having sheets of paper. So we've got a sheet of paper here with Frodo on it, Baggins on it, the Shire. That can be stored anywhere, and this is how computers used to organise their information. And we had to know what piece of information was stored where exactly. Then as programs developed, we learnt to create variables, and the variables allow us to give a name to each piece of memory. And then that contains the value. So I've got here a piece of memory called name, and it contains the text Frodo. Another piece of memory called surname, containing Baggins. And another piece called home, the Shire, where they live. So that just helps us organise our programs a little easier and makes them a bit more readable, as long as our names are clear. So some very quick guidance for you. Use descriptive names. Descriptive names are a full description. So this is the full name of somebody. They're not allowed to have spaces in them. Spaces separate up commands apart. So you've actually created a new structure, and what Python will try and do is, rather than saying this is a thing called full name, it will say, well, I've got to try and do full on something called name, and it doesn't know what it's doing. To aid with readability, it's quite important that your names are meaningful. So yeah, N might mean name to you, but randomly through a program, it could be reused, and N could be the number currently being counted. So making variables meaningful is quite important. The next part is you can use shortened forms, but again, make sure it's meaningful, because FN to you might mean full name. To me, it would mean function. It's not the same thing. Characters to use are any letters, traditionally mainly lowercase, but you can use uppercase, but they often have a special meaning. Underscore is valid, and so you can use underscore instead of a space, but be careful about any other special character. So letters, numbers, or underscore. Try and stick to those, and you should be safe in any programming language, because that dash is a subtract. So what you're trying to do is subtract the number or whatever name is away from full. And last thing is on the numbers. Numbers, don't start variables with numbers, because most programming languages, as soon as they see that's a number, they're expecting you to do something calculation based on it. So avoid putting numbers first. Okay, so that's that bit done. So just a couple of quick examples. We've got the name, it's Frodo. Frodo. Notice no error. Surname is Baggins. And what I can do is, at the moment they've been put into memory. So unlike when we did the quotes around just the text and it would print it out, this has been told put it into memory. So take the text and put it into the memory called name. Take the text, Baggins, put it into the space called surname. So if I want to display this to the screen, I can do print, and I don't put quotes around the variables. I just put the variable name. So that will tell it to go to the piece of memory called name and print out what it finds there. So I can print out name, I can print out surname. If you want, you can actually give it a list of strings. So print will take a number of variables and print them to the screen. So I can get Frodo Baggins. Strings can also be added to each other. So if I want the full name, I can do the S name plus, and I'm going to put a comma, and I can just literally say, here's the name, add to that the string or comma, and add to that the name again. And when I print out full name, I now have Baggins Frodo printed properly. And that's the end of that one.